Hey parents, before we start this episode, remember that your family can enjoy hundreds of fun and educational free videos like this one for kids of all ages. Be sure to subscribe to get all the new shows and updates at PragerUKids.com. Welcome to Otto's Tales, story time brought to you by PragerU Kids. I'm Jill, and today I'm reading a story about a brave American woman who was a hero. Hey, Otto! Can you guess who the hero is that I am reading about today? Betsy Ross? No. Abigail Adams? No. Dolly Madison? No. Good guesses, but you'll never guess this one. He'll be back. Let's read Harriet and the North Star. Once upon a time, almost 200 years ago, in the state of Maryland, there was a little girl named Harriet, whose life was not easy. Harriet was born a slave when people in the South were allowed to own other people and make them work very hard without pay. It was a difficult and terrible time for many in America. While most girls her age would play outside, Harriet was forced to work in the fields. Most of the time, she wasn't treated very nicely, and many times she was punished unfairly. But at night, before she went to sleep, young Harriet would say her prayers, look at the sky, and gaze at the gleaming North Star. One day, she would say, I'm going to escape from here. One day, I will go north and be free. Because in the North, people were not allowed to own other people. Year after year, Harriet's dream of being free grew stronger and stronger. And by the time she was a young lady, Harriet had an idea. Run away with me to the North, she pleaded to her family one evening. In the North, we can live freely, how God intended. Harriet's family shook their heads no. Escaping was dangerous for slaves, for if they were caught, they would be punished and possibly killed. Disappointed, Harriet made a choice. Well, I'm going anyways. She turned her face upwards toward the North Star. May your light be my guide. With a single step and then another, Harriet began a most treacherous and lonely journey into the dark night. Hours passed, days passed, what felt like weeks passed. Harriet steadily trudged north. Most of her traveling happened at night by the light of the North Star. She had no food, no water, no other clothes to wear, but she did have the help of a few kind people along the way. Some gave her food, some gave her safety, and she kept moving to not get caught. Through unknown regions and unexpected weather, Harriet kept forging north. Her feet ached, her body ached. By the light of the North Star, I will make it, she declared. And she did. After many long and weary days of travel, Harriet passed the Mason-Dixon line, which separated the southern slave states from the northern free states. She had arrived in Pennsylvania. Liberty, she exclaimed, and thanked God for protecting her through a most dangerous trek. Harriet was finally free. In the North, Harriet began to work hard and save money. But night after night, she couldn't stop thinking about how many others back home were still not free. She looked up at her North Star and had another idea. Into the night she ventured again, this time heading south, back through the dreadful places that she already escaped. I will help as many of my people as I can so they can be free too. The North Star seemed to guard her from above, as if to encourage her to be brave. The route was just as risky as before, but now, as a free woman of the North, Harriet had new friends who organized plans that helped her cleverly conceal her dangerous missions. Back and forth, forth and back, south to north and north to south, she scaled mountains, forded rivers, and sang special songs to signal safety. She even hid her followers in swamps from pursuers who wanted them captured and punished. When the journey felt hopeless, she prayed, "By the light of the North Star, I will not fail." And she didn't. In just a few years, Harriet became a hero for her people and traveled 13 times over the Mason-Dixon line to secretly guide 70 runaway slaves north to freedom, many of them her family, all under the light of that bright North Star. The end. Wow. Did you recognize this hero story? It's Harriet Tubman, a woman who was born a slave, escaped to freedom, and then rescued more people from slavery. This is a true story. You know, many people now call Harriet Tubman the Moses of her time because, like Moses in the Bible, she freed her people. Hey, Otto! That was a good one, right? You know, you heard me say it was true. It is a true story. Harriet Tubman was part of what was called the Underground Railroad, which really wasn't a railroad at all, but rather a group of people who knew that slavery was wrong and helped people escape it. That's right. Thank you for watching Otto's Tales. Check out some of our other stories too. Keep reading, keep watching, and never forget the courage and faith of American heroes like Harriet Tubman. Bye. Thank you for watching. You know we've got more episodes, right? Watch the whole series on our website. And parents, you can subscribe at PragerUKids.com.